Pleasant good night to you, or good morning wherever you are. Good day. Initially I come across a lot of YouTube videos where persons are trying to revive these batteries for the DJI product, which the battery initially went into hibernation mode in terms of the BMS. However, when the battery is like this, what I had discovered, I don't really see anybody mention it on YouTube, is a case that the battery is below certain amount of millivolts. I will demonstrate it a little bit later in this video, but we have to go over a few things first. Initially for the DJI Spark, I had replicate the battery right here, the same battery that I had in my hand before, which is this. I had replicated, draw it out. So here is the bottom of the battery, which is here, and here is here. So what I did is initially mark out the pins. It has 6 pins here. I label it from left to right, which I stated 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 going across. So initially it will be the 2 pins in the middle would be the live or batteries. The one pin 5 ground, this is data, where the data transfer back and forth to the aircraft. Initially it's the same thing for the PC2115 adapter board, which initially what we'll use to revive back these battery or bring them back from the dead. However, the the CP2112 adapter is something looking like this. You can get this, however, on eBay, Amazon, a lot of places initially. So without that, then you cannot revive the board. Also, you would need a software called DJI Battery Killer. Would be looking something like this. Initially, I'm gonna try and run it right here. Alright, that's it. That's what the DJI Battery Killer look like, as you can see right there. So I initially connect this to the battery. Nothing really fancy, because you know it's a DIY channel here. We try to keep it as simple as possible. But what I initially identify why a person saying that it is not working for them, I recognized, or rather yet, I figured out that the board, which is this board, the CP2112, it has 2 sides to it. The DJI Spark only uses 3 pin if the battery is not really dead, meaning like way below a certain amount of voltage or millivolts. Initially it uses pin 5, 6 and pin 1. So pin 5, as you can see right here, it is ground. Pin 6 and 1 is what literally talks to the BMS back and forth. So one send data and one receive back data from the BMS inside this product here, or the battery rather, sorry. So if you did not connect the pins correctly on the CP2112, what would have happened is it will start generating all different types of error. So what that would let persons become frustrated, like, yo, the end of the day this thing won't work, the board doesn't work, or something wrong with my computer port, or they whatever. But I had discovered that this board wasn't designed only for this specific battery. This board was designed for more than one batteries in terms of a DJI, other products also. So you have to be careful in terms of when soldering the wires to the specific board. I had made a diagram here which initially show you how and which one of the pins you should use. So with the board facing up, meaning where you see all of those little components on the top, that's up, where you can see the USB port on the top. All you would have to do is solder these specific pins, because if you flip the board on the underside, you realize that the pins that is showing is different details. Let me turn this around. Is different detail from the underside than when you are getting it on the upper side, if you understand what I mean. If you're soldering it here to these labels, it would be different than if you're soldering it underneath. You'd have to locate the same pin on the outside. So if these pin that you're looking for is on the inside to the plug, you'd have to look for them on the inside to the back part of this, because if you made a mistake and solder it to the outside of this device or the board, then it literally wouldn't work. So just to bear that in mind for persons who say that it's not working. However, I'm going to demonstrate a bit getting in on the BMS. So I'm going to get in this battery right here. So bam, we're getting inside it. So as you can see there, device successfully opened. Then you would go to read info. So this is all the info that it would tell you everything about the batteries, like in terms of the millivolts, how much cell, how much time it charged, when it was built, so on and so forth. So you need to pay keen attention to these these three cells, because the battery is 3 cells. So the first cell, the second cell, and the third cell. Ensure that these cells are not below 2000 millivolts. If it is below 2000 millivolts, then it won't work. The device won't even get in this subpage. So if you're trying to initially open the BMS and it keep giving you an error, I think the code is I don't remember the first part, but it's 000 something. Each time you press this, let me exit. Let's exit and try again. All right, so we're gonna go in. Here we go. All right, so here you go. This is the software. So at first you would do this. You would try to connect, right? When you connect, it would say something like that. Successfully open, device successfully open, device successfully configured. Then you would press read info. Then it would do something like this. But however, if you're close to one of these cells is close to 1000, for instance 1800 milliamp, what would tend to happen is it will work. It will work sometimes when you tend to unseal the battery. So you would unseal the battery, boom, where it say unseal successful, you would try and unseal the other one, right? Unseal successful. When you're supposed to clear the PF, then you will start having some trouble clearing the PF if the voltage is too low. You would clear the PF, it will be done now. The PF is clear. Then you would clear the PF2. It would do all that string first, and then this would happen to the battery right there. Boom. So you got that 4 light come on, boom, one time. Then you would like reset the chip. So you're gonna reset the chip. Look at it. Reset the chip. Successful. And then what you would have done to finish off is initially reset. This would close the battery, the BMS in the battery. Notice that it's a device disconnected, so that the BMS now of the battery is closed. So at first, when you connect, you're initially trying to open the BMS. You're trying to get inside of the battery. So if the voltage is way below, then it tends not to let you in. However, if the voltage is below certain amount that you get in that area, which I tell you the millivolts of below 1900, and anywhere below that can cause the BMS to actually shut you out. So initially you would need these 2 pins. These 2 pins. This is a ground and this is the positive. So you would need these 2 pins. These 2 pins, not the outer one, the second and third pin. The ground, you need like a 12-volt power source. It could be like one of those adapters, 12 volts. DC, remember, DC, direct current. So you would need the positive leg, the positive leg on the third one, and the negative leg on the second one. See, I demonstrate a DIY right here. Just be careful, don't ground yourself out. So I demonstrate a DIY. It's a 12 volts, and it travel all the way back over here onto the battery, right? All right, so that causes this battery to initially open. I'm gonna prove to you that it's at 12 volts now. This is the 12 volts. The 12 volts, right? So initially, that's only if you have a problem like it's not connecting. I hope this video initially edify you guys and help you in a sense where you can actually get back some of those batteries BMS open and reset. Remember to share, subscribe, and like this video. Thank you.